two things. The fact that
If you could scoot up
yeah,
just a
yeah,
little bit.
okay, all right. The fact that I knew his high school coach, that helped. Yeah, athletic director, the head football coach knew Coach Day, and so there was a lot of conversation about him as a player, as a person. And then we felt like at that time that try to get a guy in early to get a practice because he was available. So we took a shot at him. He's been a pleasant surprise for us so far.
What has he brought that maybe you didn't expect?
Well, I think he's quicker than I thought it was. Watch him on videotape. Then you get him in the live, you get to see him. He's got power. He's got really strong hands to get off blocks and set the edge. So I'm really excited about what we have to do with him going forward.
A noticeable difference between what he does and what Caden Curry does, or are they similar players?
Oh, they're different. They're different. Caden's a seasoned player. He's been here 4 years, so he's probably a little more advanced in the sense of what we're doing. When you come from a new program, this is all different. So he's got to relearn everything over again because it's different than what he did back in his college. So that's the biggest adjustment. Yep.
What have you seen so far from CJ as a defensive end?
I think it's still early. We just got him the second day up the pass, so it's still early. But I think it's there. We just got to continue to work at it. You know what I mean?
Obviously he's got to handle the run as well as the pass.
No doubt.
How capable do you think he'll be with that?
I think he'll be fine because he's on the edge. He's not playing on the inside. He's on the edge playing against tight ends. May get a tackle every now and then, but he's got the technique. He's good. He can be able to do it. Yep.
I know it's practices here, but how those interior guys may be showing some promise.
Yeah, I like what we're doing right now. I think they're playing hard. I think they're going hard. That's the biggest thing, playing hard, learning the technique and playing with balance and attacking the line of scrimmage. I think that's the key. It's just so early in the process to say these guys are this. So I think I like where we're going, but we got some work ahead.
Talked with Matt Patricia yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about how he's learning as much as he's teaching. How are you seeing him in that learning process?
I think first of all, he's a great teacher. I mean, a really great teacher. Makes it very simple for the players to understand what they're doing and how to do it. I think it's always a process of what we're doing, and I think that's really cool the way he's doing it. So I think the process, the orientation, and the defense has been really cool.
And how is he learning from you guys?
I think he just kind of, first of all, learn the players. He wants to make sure he knows the players, so he spent a lot of time with the guys, talking to them, just kind of get an idea, and then trying to figure out what they can do, and then be able to tweak the defense based on what technique or talent they have. And I think that's what he's doing. Yeah.
How has Edric grown over these last couple of months from moving inside and taking that next step? What have you seen in his advancement?
Well, he's definitely taken on the road. I think the biggest thing that he accepts the fact that he can go play 3 technique. That's the biggest issue. When you learn to accept that, then you can start moving technique-wise. But so far, so good. I mean, this is a full-time 3 technique now, and it's not going back and forth. So, like I said, 2 days of practice and pass. We got a long ways to go to figure out what's going to happen.
What do you like about his upside at 3 tech?
Could be a great pass rusher. He's real powerful, real strong. And he has all the making of an opportunity to be really special. Yeah.
How does he compare to Draymond?
I don't think you compare him yet. It's too early. Draymond was a defensive end, came in much lighter, didn't learn. I moved him inside as a 3 technique. I thought Draymond was really twitchy, could run, could play. So we're not there yet. We'll see what happens down the road.
You have a lot of leadership you lost, obviously, the time with the Jab and JT, just a tremendous amount of leadership. What do you see from guys like Caden and Kenyatta that kind of take over those people?
I think it's about 4 or 5 guys really trying to take it. I think KJ's done a great job. And I think Caden Curry's there also. And then all of a sudden, Tawan is starting to kind of come to the front. So I think they realize it's got to be a group leadership thing to pull this together. And I kind of like what we're doing right now. Yeah.
What has Taiwan's development been like? How do you feel? Do you feel like he's ready to play a bigger role this year?
I hope so. I mean, he's working hard at it. You got to keep baseball player most of his career. And then coming into football right at the end of what he playing baseball, it's been tough for him. The transition, being out of football for 3 years, that's tough to do. You just can't jump in and go play. I think now is a chance for him to do something special for us. So he's working at it, and that's what we want. Yep.
I apologize if you've already been asked about Jason Moore, but last spring you talked about him being the ideal 3 technique for the defense. The second half of the season, he wasn't seeing the field as much. Where does he need to take those next steps to become a contributor?
He's going to get more reps, right? And that's what spring ball is all about. And so hopefully by the time we finish spring ball, we have 200, 300 reps to get on his belt. And I think that's what he needs. He needs to play football. And that's what we're going to try to do this spring, get him much football as possible to play, to get him a chance to be able to help us in the fall. Yep.
I know you were rejuvenated by the fact that you had a whole new starting defensive line coming in. A few days of practice, a week of practice. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun, man. It's so fun. I'm enjoying it every minute because you got a bunch of guys got no bad habits. And so you get to create all those habits for them. And I think that's really cool, right? And the first thing for me is like learn how to play hard. Yeah, that's run into the ball every single play. And once we can master that, then technique becomes easier. All right, if you don't play hard, you don't have any technique, well, that's a long process. And so I like what we're doing early on. We run into the ball, we plan fast, and so I think it has a chance to come along. Yep. Yeah, appreciate it. Yep.
Thanks, Larry.
Yep.
I don't know if you talked about CJ at all, but just what do you think he can bring to that end?
Well, I'm hoping that he can be a three-down player. That's the biggest thing, trying to make sure he's a three-down player. He can play in a run game, not just a pass game. And so I think our job coming out of spring ball to make sure that happens for him. But so far, so good. He's working hard. He's very eager to learn it, and that makes a difference. And the guy really accepted the new role. We have to see. Like 2 days in pass. I like where he's going, but we got some work ahead.
Is this a thing you thought should happen at some point, or how did the whole process of?
I don't think it should happen. I just think that the opportunity presented himself that, playing third, being a second linebacker, he felt like I could be more of a value if I go to the end position. And in our scheme, it really fits what he's doing. So we just got to wait and see how it plays out. But I like where he's at right now.
Is he like, I want to do anything to help the team? Is that
No doubt.
that is?
I think that's his attitude, and that's why he's there. He wants to play.
He wants to play.
He wants to play. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Larry.
Yeah.
When we spoke to Ryan 2 weeks ago, he was talking about maybe looking still in the portal for a defensive tackle if it comes down to needing one. How comfortable are you with where Will and Tyrone and Jason are to be ready to go?
Yeah, I think Will's making a lot of progress. I think he's really stepped up, and I think you can't make that evaluation until we finish spring football, and then you will sit down and evaluate. Who's the two, who's the three, where we need help at. I think it's true.
Last spring, there was a lot of talk about Jason being like
Yeah.
the prototypical three.
Yeah, he is.
Defense.
Yeah.
Didn't play
Yeah.
during the season. What does he still have to get to, and how confident are you that he's on the way?
I think the biggest thing, Jason, he's got to play ball. He's got to play football. He don't have enough reps on his belt, right? You just can't throw him in a situation to go play 2 or 3 plays. And the guy in front of him is pretty good. Tyler was pretty good, so he kept a lot of guys on the sideline. But I think now in the spring ball, when those guys are not there, they push to the front now. So he gets 1 rep, 2 reps. He's going back and forth, and I'm just trying to soak him. How many reps I can get him ready, and hopefully he'll be ready by the time we go get into Texas.
And with Ty, obviously, 2 years removed from giving up baseball, 2 years removed from the
Yeah.
transfer.
Yeah.
Is he where you thought?
You can see now that the football part is starting to take over. You can see it. Before he was still 1 foot in, 1 foot out, not really having the technique, hadn't played, not understanding the game. It's tough to come from baseball all the time he's done and try to figure out football again. And now I think he's there. Yep.
All right, Coach. Thank
Yeah,
you.
appreciate it. Yep.
Yep.